Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today we are in Zurich and I'm officially Swiss. Kind of. So more or less permanently, I moved to a new place, to Zurich, to Switzerland. Why did I move here? For a while, I've been trying on this true traveling digital nomad lifestyle. What it basically means is that because most of my work is online, I work with my clients via Skype, via WhatsApp, via email. We talk to each other, I support them through their journey, give them information, give them tools, and help them to figure out how to apply those tools to get their results. Either weight loss or weight maintenance, to figure out how to solve different health challenges. So I work with my clients again through email, WhatsApp, Skype, and so I can basically work anywhere. Plus I do workshops, classes, but it's also actually really fun to do it everywhere else in the world, meeting new people, learning about new cultures, and also helping people to get healthier, to eat healthier, to live healthier, to move healthier, and to be their best self, achieving their goals everywhere else in the world. It's just so amazing. So I've been trying on this traveling lifestyle, going to different countries, different locations, different cities, staying there for like a couple of weeks or months, and then moving to a new one. But then at some point last year, it was in December actually, I traveled to Switzerland and I really loved it here. Like, I came to this country and I felt at home. And it felt every day, guys, I go out for walks and it's just so beautiful, like the mountains, the air, the rivers, the lakes. You can go to really picturesque locations in just an hour. The transportation system here is super well established and well done, and it's super easy to travel by train to some mountain place, just walk there by the lake, by the mountain that seems like to be in the middle of nowhere, but still infrastructure is just amazing. So it's easy to get there, enjoy it, and then get back to the city. And the cities are also picturesque. Like, you see Alps almost everywhere, and the air. And again, it's just so amazing. I felt at home here. And everything is so well structured, organized, peaceful, of really great quality. Yeah, the prices is kind of a little bit on the higher end, but you gotta pay for the structure, for the infrastructure, for great quality. So I think that is one of the best places on earth to live. But I also understand that that's what it feels for me, and for you it might be not the place at all. I'm also trying to figure out how to set up this microphone better. Okay, that seems to work. So I'm in Switzerland, as I told you, in Zurich, and when I posted this picture on my social media that I moved to Switzerland, people like, again? And a lot of people reached out to me and said, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I could travel more. I wish da da da. There were so many I wish. Sometimes people would just share with me what they wish they could do, not necessarily do the same thing as I do, but something else. And I always ask people, so why don't you? Like, guys, this life you're given this life to live it, so you could say, I want to do this and I do this. You're in this life not to work, make money, make someone else happy, like your family, your parents, or your spouses in your family, and then die with a lot of regrets that you never really lived your life. Like, this is not how life is supposed to be. This is not why you're given this life. If you are living your life, living it regretting that you cannot live your own life, things that you want to do, you don't do them, that you live your life to please someone else, society, family, your co-workers, God knows what. We have so many bullshit in our heads. Like, if you're living your life in this way, you're not living your life, and at the end of your life, on the deathbed, you will have a lot of regrets, and nobody will give you a prize for pleasing a lot of people. No, people will not. People are actually attracted to other people who live their life on their own terms and are super happy and happy to share that happiness, happy to give, happy to express this joy of living. We celebrate people who take the chance to live their life. Like, you look at the artists, photographers, entrepreneurs, businessmen, they chose to live their life, and that's why we admire them, and that's why we love the work they do. That's why we love them. And think about that. We don't remember about those people who live to please their parents and, I don't know, spouses or kids, or dedicate their life to not the cause that they care about, but to obligations. Those people usually end up living a pretty mediocre life, usually with a lot of stress, usually with a lot of regrets, and definitely not creating something amazing. Because you cannot create something amazing in your life if you're living in regret and not your own life. That's just never gonna happen, guys. From all my experience, reading all the biographies, meeting all these amazing people around the world, millionaires, billionaires, I met quite some amazing people, and none of them live their life because they have to. No, they live their life because they want to live the exact life they're living. No matter how crazy it seems to other people, they love it, and that's why it's so awesome for them and for the rest of the world. So this whole pitch I gave you because you can do things that you want to do. I'm not rich. I'm not born into a rich family. My parents have regular jobs. They live in Russia, in Siberia. And I figured out how to live this life by myself, educating myself, taking courses, learning how to get clients in this overcrowded, noisy world, learning how to travel, how to figure out visa situation. And being from Russia, believe me guys, it's not easy. And when I came here to Switzerland, I didn't have everything figured out. I still don't have it all figured out. I still have to work on my visa, on my business, and everything here, and figure out how to settle properly. So it's not like I came here and I had everything. I had some job, a lot of clients, and the whole infrastructure set up. When I came here, I didn't even have a place. I had to find it, and it was really lucky how I found it. So no, I didn't have it figured out, and that's not why I'm here, not why I did it. I did it because I really felt like this is the next step that I wanted to take. And for 2020 and beyond, one decision that I'm gonna stick with is doing things that my heart tells me to do. When it feels really, really right in my gut, I'm gonna do it. That's the New Year resolution that I made, and I'm gonna keep it. And I'm keeping it already by moving to Switzerland, to Zurich, without having yet figuring it all, having all of it figured out, but just knowing that this is the right thing. And so far I've been quite lucky with the apartment and everything. So guys, yeah, you can. And the reason why you're not doing that is usually because you think that somebody else will be against that your family, your parents, your spouses, your kids, your life situation right now does not allow you, or you're just simply afraid of unknown and you don't admit it to yourself and you create all these excuses to cover up that fear that you're just afraid that you will not be able to handle this new situation in your life. And guys, adventurous life, a life lived fulfilling your dreams, your true goals, your true desires, it's never all figured out. There are going to be challenges, there's going to be so many things that you couldn't have predicted ever. There are going to be so many situations where you have to figure shit out as you go and completely from scratch, from start. And there are going to be so many things that will take you out of your comfort zone and will teach you so many lessons. But guys, I can promise you one thing. It's going to be the best life you've ever lived, you could have imagined. It's going to feel awesome. But again, it's not going to come without its challenges. But on a more practical side, guys, how can you start living the life of your dreams, the life that is in your head? You know you want to live it, but something's stopping you and you still have to figure out what's that stopping you. But what to do? Again, first of all, step one, figure out what it is you actually do want, not what society wants you to believe you want. Like example, my personal example, I didn't need a lot of security. That's meaning I didn't need a lot of stability. It's okay for me to not know where I'm going to be the next week or next month. I'm totally fine with that. But I cannot work in a job that has predictable schedule 5 or 6 days a week, whatever, and then where I have a couple of months or weeks of vacation and a lot of things are decided for me. Like I cannot tolerate that. Or for example, I like comfort. I like things to be convenient, but I don't care about branded purses or clothing or super high-end electronics or Porsches. Like I don't care about those things, but I like convenience. And that's why when there is a choice to spend my money on something convenient, on somebody's cleaning my apartment or taking more taxes because it's more convenient, not having to think about public transportation so much because it saves my time and my mental energy. Like I'd rather spend money on that. I'd rather spend money on more quality food, on the food that is convenient at some higher end supermarket than on some branding shoes. Like that's the way I'm built. And I took the time to figure those things out. And now when I have a decision to make about my money spending, I know where to put my money, and what will bring me the most joy, the most satisfaction, and the most happiness in life. And those things are different for each of us. Like what matters to me, it might not matter to you at all. And it's totally normal, guys. So step number one, you gotta figure out what it is important for you and what it is you actually want in your life. You can just sit down right now and start writing. What do you want your life to look like? And it's okay also to not know. But the way to figure out what you actually want is not thinking about it, not even really writing about it. Writing is just the first step. Then after that, you have to try. Like some people think, oh, I'd love to live in Paris. And a lot of times they never traveled to Paris. And what happened to me, that actually happened. I moved to a place, I tried to move to Southeast Asia before moving here. And I went there and I felt that I hated it there. Like I couldn't imagine myself staying there. And so I decided, okay, this is not working. But for me, it was fine. But I don't want you to do the same with the major life decisions. Don't think you want something because it sounds good. Actually try it. Try mini steps. Like, because before moving to Paris, try staying there for a couple of weeks. Try small steps. This is the step number 2 actually already. First, figure out what you want, but step number 2, the way to figure out is try it and do mini steps. So before moving to Paris, try to live there for a couple of weeks, and not in a hotel, but as a local. Rent out the apartment, go shop, go cook, figure out how they pay taxes, how they dispose their garbage. Like, for example, here in Switzerland, there is a whole thing about garbage. They don't pay garbage taxes or any sort of tax to, for other people, for the city's infrastructure to collect the garbage. They pay more for the garbage bags where people put their garbage, and the garbage collectors only accept certain bags that are designed for you to put your garbage in, and each area of Switzerland has its own garbage because they have different taxes, local taxes for different locations in Switzerland, different areas. They call them cantons here. And so you buy those special bags and you pay for those bags more, but then you don't have this other tax. And basically you are also paying for the amount that you actually throw away, right? So if I'm alone and I have very little garbage, so obviously I'm going to use less bags and I'm going to pay less for my garbage. So I believe that's actually a smart system to figure that out. You pay only for the garbage that you're throwing away. But I figured it out only now here. I would never look up like how they dispose garbage in Switzerland, like never in my life. What I'm saying is there are things about different countries and places that you might like and things that you might not like. Just having Eiffel Tower outside your window will not make you happy. So before moving to Paris, try living there as a local for a couple of weeks, so maybe a couple of months, and then make a decision. So the point is, try things. You cannot think yourself into having a favorite food. You actually gotta try that food, right? You cannot find your favorite piece of chocolate or favorite ice cream flavor if you never tried it. Like, that is not how life works. Nothing works in life like that. So try things. And then again, step number 2, that's the step number 2 actually. Don't think you gotta jump. You can walk towards your goal. Meaning, if you want to change your career, or for example, let's take the career. I think that's a good example because a lot of people do want to do that. A lot of people I coach and just meet in life. You don't have to change your career tomorrow. You can volunteer. You can start doing small projects while keeping your job, so you don't have to worry about income. And maybe if you are taking care of your family, your parents or your kids or something, like, you don't have to jump into a new career. You can just take small steps. You can take on small projects and then see whether you really like it or it just can be a hobby. That's totally fine too. So you don't have to jump. You can take small steps, and then along the way you will figure out what you actually want to do and what's the best way for you to do it. That's okay to walk. If you're not a jumping kind of person like I am, I have the luxury of not having to take care of my parents, for example. Right now I don't have kids, I don't have spouses, so I have this luxury of jumping. And also, if I don't like it, jumping back. You might not have it, but you don't have to. You can just take small steps, take on small projects, maybe take mini vacations in a place where you want to move and see how the life actually is there. And then step number 3 is other people, commitments, families, parents, kids. Taking care of someone, yeah, I understand you can have responsibilities, and I'm not suggesting you to abandon those responsibilities, but I also believe you can figure out how to take care of other people you care about, you love, and also make yourself happy step by step. Again, you don't have to jump. But what I find keeps a lot of people from living their dream life is actually being afraid of what other people will say or think, or how they will judge you, because people are social creatures. We are we feel that others people's opinion is very important, and it can define the quality of our life. And yes, relationships, they define the quality of our lives, but relationships that matter, people that matter, they will support the thing that makes you happy. They will do their best to support you. And people who don't care about you and care about something else, themselves or they have other interests in mind, those people shouldn't matter in your life much. And you shouldn't care about an opinion of a person on the street, how you dress. And besides, guys, if you don't know that yet, most people don't think about you all that often, all that much. They think about themselves. Like, think about how often or how much do you think about strangers or even other people? Like, most of your time is occupied by thinking about yourself, your life, how to figure your shit out. And at the end of the day, there are very few people who you deeply care about. The rest of the world, you just think, or, this person is dressed in a different way, or this person has a different hairstyle, or this person thinks or behaves differently than me. And you might even have some sort of negative comment about them. But do you think that affects their life? Or do you think about them really that often? No. And that's what I want you to understand. That is like superficial. It's only in your head. Like, in real world and real life, it doesn't make any difference who thinks what about you. Yeah, there are people, that whose opinion might matter for your job promotion or something. But at the end of the day, still, you need to figure out how to live your life on your own terms, and how to connect with people who you respect, you appreciate, to learn from those people, to take advice from those people. And also, most people, again, they don't care about you that much. They don't think about you that much. And people who you feel like you gotta take care of, people you're responsible for, you can still take care of them. Again, take baby steps. Figure you don't have to jump. You can just gently nudge your life into a new direction, taking care of those people, but at the same time changing something to make yourself happy. And also, when it comes to parents, and making other people happy because the way you live your life, like maybe your parents want you to have a certain job, or maybe your spouse wants you to have a certain lifestyle, or whatever that might be. Realize, guys, that people who love you, they want you to be happy first and foremost. And they think, as we all humans do, especially, parents, if you're a parent, you probably think that you know everything, what is better for your kid. And believe it or not, that doesn't change when you grow up. So when your kid is 30 years old, you will still think that you know better what's best for him. But guess what? That kid already is old enough to know what's best for him. And the same thing is true for you. Your parents, they want you to do certain things because they think that will make you happy. They truly believe that's what's going to make you happy. But the thing is, they are not you. They cannot really know what will make you happy at the end of the day. So guys, figure your shit out. Try it. Don't think about it. Take mini steps. You don't have to jump. And understand that most people don't think about you all that much, all that often. They're in their own heads trying to figure out their own shit and their own life. And people who love you, they will be super happy when you find happiness and things that you love. They just think that they know better, and that's why they advise you to do certain things. But you know that that the only person who knows better is you. And you have to be courageous and take charge of your own life. Take your own life in your own hands and start living it. Because again, at the end of the day, on your deathbed, Nobody gonna give you a prize for living someone else's life. No, guys, that's not gonna happen. But you will have a lot of regrets if you don't live the life you want. And that's why you're here, to live the life that you want to live. That's, I don't know, that's the universe way of telling you why you're here, giving you your desires, your true heart desires. And to recap the practical part, first of all, step number one, you got to figure out what it is you really want, not society wants, but you want. And the best way to figure it out is try many, many things. And that's how I figured it out, and that's how any successful person, who truly love their life, figured it out. So try things. Number two, you don't have to jump. You can take baby steps. Before moving to Paris, you can go there for vacations for a couple of weeks and live as a local. And step number three, other people's commitments, other people's opinions, you still can take care of people. You might inconvenience them at first, but you can do it gently. And at the end of the day, everyone's gonna win when you are happy and other people are taken care of. And also understand that people who love you, they tell you to do certain things because they think that's gonna make you happy, but they don't know yet. And for example, my father used to tell me, when you're gonna find a real job? By real job, he meant a job in a company, in an office that has, so this, like different securities and social stuff, and that has good salary, and they give you their apartment. So he would always ask me that, and that's because that's what he believed would make me happy. But now that he sees that I'm happily doing what I love, living the life that I love, now he actually is happy for me, and he is trying to figure out other ways how he can also change his life in some ways to bring more of that joy, of that happiness and adventures into his life. So you never know, you might just inspire your parents instead of making them happy, but by making yourself miserable and doing what you think gonna make you or them happy. Anyhow, I'm already kind of don't know what else to say and confused by my own words, but re-listen to the last part of this conversation and start living life on your own terms, because at the end of the life, you don't want to have regrets. You want to have a lot of adventurous memories. That's it for today, guys. Have an awesome week. Start living your life in some small steps or in big steps if you are that kind of person like me, just jump. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.